Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the Apex This iRacing League. Tonight we're here at the Glen once again with the Supercars and the RUF cars, and they're in the process of just wrapping up qualifying here. And we're going to go ahead and get ready to head on down to the track here and see what the guys are doing. And but actually, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the standings so far. Let's take a look at the supercars here. Dustin Burkhalter is got a little bit of a lead over Doug Doucette there, with Troy Banks third, Paul Slavonic, Bjorn Benches in fifth, Stacy Dunnigan sixth, Ismail Sierra seventh, Adu Vila eighth, Jeff Carollo ninth, and Corey Mitchell rounds out the top 10. And as you see the rest of the field right there and how everybody's doing. Moving over to the RUF series, Jaron Haslam is starting to pull away from Jordan Johnson there a bit. And he's followed, he's got a little bit of distance between him and Carlos Lopez. Things start to get a little tighter as you go down the order there. Eric Elkins, Bjorn Benches, just a few points apart. Michael McCoy is getting very close to Benches. Then Daryl Karp 7th, Shane Hunter 8th, Steve Cabay 9th, Tommy Regan rounds out the top 10. And we'll go ahead and look down on the field here and see who's there. I think that's Carlos Lopez there. A little bit under 3 minutes to go here in qualifying. Let's see if he already has a time. He does have a qualifying time of 1:48.199. His last was about 3/10 slower than that. We'll see if he can do a little better than that .199 this time around. Lopez is one of the RUF cars there. And Lopez is going to come to the line, and let's see, did he improve his time? Okay, it did not. That's the last was a 1:48.404. So he did not improve. Let's see if anybody else. Caleb John Lavender is on track. He's in one of the supercars, and so far looks like he's got one time lap there, 1:50.028. Like Lavender's just about to oh, he had a little problem there, getting out of the boot section there, getting hard into the wall, so obviously that lap's not going to work for him. And I don't see anybody else on track at the moment. Okay, here's Andrew Rasmussen. And you only have about 30 seconds left. And these are probably the last 2 or 3 guys to be out on track. And and he had a little problem there, right there in that boot section. That can be a tricky part of the track. I was looking at it a little earlier, and some of the guys are going around there a little bit, and it's just some of the things that you have to deal with there. And qualifying is about wrapping up here. Let's take it live here. Okay, the cars are coming out on track for the start here. And as you know, they have two groups here. The supercars, they roll off first, and they also, and then the roof cars, they come afterward. They have a separate pace car. And we're having, once again, we're having a few little difficulties here trying to get these standings up here for you. Let's take a look at something here. Let's see. Okay, let's get a chance now. We're going to look at our qualifying results here. Jaron Haslam on the pole there, followed by Carlos Lopez, Steve Kubay second, Lincoln Russell third, Dustin Burkhalter in fourth, Adam Baltudis sixth, Doug Doucette seventh, Daryl Karp showing eighth place, Caleb John Lavender in ninth, Troy Banks in 10th, and the rest of the field actually has no time. Paul Slavonic, Kent Kruger, Andrew Rasmussen, Bjorn Benches, and Brad Haldane. So we'll see what happens there with the rest of the field. And they're taking off here. It looks like they did something a little different this time. They did a standing start. Okay. How about that? I absolutely was not aware that they were going to do that. That's great. Burkhalter, he rockets off. Well, I tell you, my settings are a little all over the place tonight. We're gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to reload this entire software and start from scratch because things are not doing like they're supposed to here. We'll apologize for that. We're gonna see if we can fix these graphics here. That's we're gonna I'm gonna let you guys in. Oh, we got a little bit of a pile up here going on. Looks like Doug Doucette crashed. Let's see. That's a replay of it. I don't know why they went back. Oh, okay, that's what happened. He crashed right at the start there. Okay. Okay, bear with us one more second. We're going to go back to the leader here. And, you know, we're going to just work this problem until we get it straight here. You all sit back and enjoy the racing while I get this sorted out here. Okay, looks like we got this fixed here. Go back to the action here. Let's see where we are. Jaron Haslam, he's showing in the lead now. Handsome lead at that, over 3.5 seconds over Burkhalter. I'm sorry, Lopez. Burkhalter running third. A little further back here, there's Steve Kubay. He's trying to chase down Burkhalter. Oh, Burkhalter had a little problem there. So that's what happened to Burkhalter. He got I don't know if he got the car out of shape there a little bit. He had to check up. Kubay went right on past. He probably knew he had to check up so he wouldn't end up spinning out, collecting himself into the wall there. Now he's got Rasmussen behind him, closing in fast there. Rasmussen, he's got a nice battle going on with Lincoln Russell. Russell trying to catch him up. As you can see, the RUF cars have already kind of worked themselves to the front of the pack there. I believe that's a Holden there that Rasmussen's driving. Commodore Holden. He's about to get past. And they're going side by side. Oh boy, that's going to get good. He does get past Rasmussen. Let's see what happens when they come down to the chicane here. Well, they were definitely spaced out a bit there, so they were able to get through there all in one piece. Lincoln Russell now moves to 5th. Moving a little further back in the field, there's Bjorn Benches. He's having Daryl Carpus trying to get past him. That's 2 RUF cars there. So that passing won't be quite as easy as passing a supercar, of course. Both in equal cars. Well, that looks like I see a little battle behind them as well. A little further back, and there's Troy Banks. Banks got Brad Haldane and Kent Kruger right behind him. They're all battling for 8th place there. Well, I guess you'd say 9th because Carp, he's almost 4 seconds up the road there. Looks Banks got a little out of, I don't know if he got out of shape there, but they just blew right by him there. Haldane and Kruger. Oh yeah, okay. You know, I thought that's why Banks he is in a supercar. That's why they got by him so quickly there. Yeah, he's running the supercar there. There's Kent Kruger in there. He's going to try to be the next one to attack Banks there. Now Banks and I'm sorry, Kruger's now moved up to 10th place. We've got a car into the pits here, Adam Baltudis. Boy, I tell you, I've got some real gremlins working with me today. I just reset all that stuff and it keeps moving up and down. I'm going to be on the phone to the folks that make this software. I got to figure out what the heck is going on. As you can see, I had everything moved to the bottom, and now it all just jumped right back to the top. And this is unacceptable. Let's get that out of there. Baltudis, he's been there for a while now. I wonder if he's planning on coming back out. He looked like he. I don't know if he's. I have to find out about, because I know they have a 19 incident limit before they have to do a pit road penalty. I don't know if it's a stop and go penalty and they have to sit there for a while or not. I'm gonna look into that, and we'll let you know that next week. But it doesn't appear that there's anything wrong with his car. So. And now I just heard him sound like he's putting it in gear to get ready to leave. But back to the race here. There's Haslam. He continues to lead. Almost 3.5 seconds over Carlos Lopez. Lopez zooming along. Rasmussen, he's coming under attack now. By Bjorn Benches. That's that hold in there, and I didn't have my cameras. Some of my cameras aren't set up for that car because we don't usually see that car on the track, and it's usually just the supercars and the roofs. And but this is the Holden is part of the supercar class, and this is one of the first times I've seen one of them out there actually. Oh, and he got a little loose there, and Benches just went right on by. As always, this is a timed event, 40 minutes, and we're coming up on minute number 19 now. We're almost halfway through. Dustin Burkhalter, he's leading the Supercars, still running in 5th. He's surprisingly he has a few roof cars behind him still. He's definitely the quickest of the supercars out there tonight. Haldane, Kruger, Karp, and let's see, also Baltudis. They're all in roofs, and those cars are usually quicker than the supercars, but Burkhalter's keeping a few of them behind him tonight. There's Brad Haldane. He's out there pretty much by himself. Behind him, Kent Kruger. Everybody's spaced out quite a bit here at the back here. Yeah, there's Troy Banks. He's chasing Daryl Karp there. Both Karp and Kruger, they're kind of getting down the road there from him a little bit now. That's actually a lap car in front of him. Adam Baltudis. Baltudis is in 13th there. Say Paul Slavonic, he's showing there's no information on him at all. He may not have even started the race. We're going to jump back up near the front here and let's go to Lincoln Russell. Kind of a nice gap between him and Doug Doucette. Doucette's also a lap down, or at least one lap, you know, got lapped by the leader, who's currently showing in 12th there overall. Further up the order, here's Steve Coubet. Carlos Lopez, he's still got a lot of work to do here. Jaron Haslam's almost got a full 4 seconds gap on him. We're just past the halfway mark now with 22 minutes elapsed on a 40-minute event. Haslam just set the fastest lap of the race. That was a 148.26. A tenth quicker than Lopez. And then they fall off quite rapidly after that. Steve Coubet's best is a 148.72. Take a look at Lincoln Russell there. He's okay, he just got by Doug Doucette. Trying to catch Steve Coubet there. Coubet's currently running in 3rd position. Let's check with Bjorn Benches. Got a little battle going on here. Well, not really a battle. He's catching Doucette as well. I'm sorry, Doucette is 4 seconds up. That's a battle with Dustin Burkhalter there. Now that's interesting. That's a roof car in front and a supercar behind, and Burkhalter is trying to keep up with that roof car. He's less than half a second away. Dustin Burkhalter getting it done tonight at Watkins Glen. Benches did pull out to over a second though. Oh, his car blinked out a little bit. Sometimes when they have a connection issue, it's just hard to, can't keep up with them. Beyond benches, he is starting to, the speed of that RUF car is starting to show itself on those long straights there. He was a half a second. He lost over a whole second through the first sector of the track. Over a second and a half now. Take a look at Brad Haldane. He's still running comfortably ahead of Rasmussen. There's Carp. Troy Banks got somebody close to him. That's Baltudis. Baltudis is in a RUF though. I would think he'll probably pass Banks before long here. Although they're not battling for position because Baltudis is not on the lead lap. Making our way through the boot section here. Baltudis inching ever closer. He might make, I think he's going to make the move there. Well, I thought he was going to make a move there before they come to that last right-hander. Here they go now into the last right-hander here. Let's see if he beats him down to turn one. Not this time. Whoa, Banks locking up big time. That allowed Baltudis to easily get through. Banks trying to hang in there with him. They're starting to lose a little ground though. They're not racing for position, but it's still exciting to show you some racing there. Let's take a look at Brad Haldane here. He's got a little bit of a battle here. Dustin Burkhalter is way down the track from him though, over 8 seconds, but Daryl Karp is trying to make something happen here. He's starting to move in on him just a little bit. He doesn't really have any pressure from Rasmussen there in the Holden. Somewhat keeping him at bay, about 1 3/4 seconds there. Making their way down to the chicane here. Let's see who gets through there cleanly. Oh, a little bit of a checkup, and there he goes. Went in there just a little bit too hot, and all his effort was for naught there. He didn't hit the wall though, thank goodness, and I was able to keep it going. But if you try to push that a little too hard, you will pay for it. Here we go with Doug Doucette. And he's surrounded by a couple of cars on the lead lap. Benches in front and Burkhalter behind. Doucette, he's in the Supercar, and also Dustin Burkhalter. Burkhalter, the leading Supercar in the field at the moment. Oh, Burkhalter keeps popping out. He's got his connection must come and go a bit. There he is again. Want to try to ride with him there, see if he can catch Doucette. Actually, Doug Doucette's over 2.5 seconds down the road now. Burkhalter may be leading the Supercars, but he's not catching Doug Doucette anytime soon from the looks of it. Don't even have him in sight now. You always like it when you the guy you're chasing, you can see him. There he is now. There's Doucette. And like I said, they're not really battling for position, but you know, just another guy on track. Sometimes guys like to have something that they can focus on, a target, if you will. Hustling that rainbow machine around the track. Meanwhile, at the front, Jared Haslam, he's continuing to lead. Almost a 4.5 second now gap to second place Carlos Lopez. No one has an answer for that 15 car tonight. There's Lopez, and he's and the two of them have completely broken away from the rest of the field. He's over 11 seconds from Steve Kubay in third. Kubay, Russell, and Benches are all enjoying pretty healthy margins between them and the rest of the field, especially Lopez, Kubay, and Russell. Okay, some of Andrew Rasmussen, he's in the pits. Now he might be serving a penalty here if he went off a course, if he had more. It looked like he might have been changing tires, though, the looks of it. Now he's over 14 seconds behind Troy Banks. 32 minutes now, less than 8 minutes to go in this event. At the moment, it seems Banks is slightly pulling ahead now. It's kind of fluctuating between 14 and 15 seconds there. Speaking of Troy Banks, trying to catch Kent Kruger here. This is a battle for position. Kruger in ninth. Troy wants it. But Kruger, he is in a RUF car, and Banks is in a Supercar, so that's overall position, not class, of course. Well, he might be staying in that 10th overall position there. There's Doug Doucette. see from the track map there, the majority of the field is spread out quite a bit there. Three closest cars together are Doucette, Burkhalter, and it looks like Haldane there. Let's take a look at Haldane. There he is. That's a tricky little track, little section of track right there to get right. It's a little bit of an off-camera turn there, you know, no kind of banking whatsoever to help you get through there, and you can easily get that wrong. Find yourself looping the car around there. All RUF cars now in the top 5. Dustin Burkhalter, the lone supercar. I started to say the lone supercar in the top 10, but Troy Banks is in running 10th. If Rasmussen can catch him, he'll try to battle him, but we're showing exactly with 4 minutes to go in this event. And I do believe Rasmussen, he's got 21 seconds behind Banks there, so unless Banks has some kind of problems or something, I don't see him challenging for that 10th spot. Things getting a little closer here between Burkhalter and Haldane. Burkhalter driving the wheels off that thing. Haldane's starting to close in. Got a little bit of a battle here on our hands. Oh, indeed, there goes Haldane. Dustin Burkhalter, I could have sworn I seen him kind of chuck up there before. It's in that section somewhere earlier. Sometimes it's better just to give way than to try to just push beyond what you think the car can do, and then put yourself in a bad situation there. And his little, there we go, okay. So now Haldane moves into 6th, Burkhalter 3rd, I'm sorry, 7th. Now we do have 3 retirements, Adam Baltudis, Caleb John Lavender, and Slavonic, Paul Slavonic. Looks like Slavonic never started the race anyway. They're definitely starting to pull away from Burkhalter. Daryl Karp is running in 8th position. Both him and Kruger are running in RUF cars, and Karp is 6 seconds behind Burkhalter. They got a little over a minute or so to a minute and a half maybe to go, but I don't think that's still quite a bit, even though the RUFs are faster than the Supercars. That's quite a bit to catch up in just maybe a lap or two. There's Doug Doucette in front of Burkhalter there, and we're gonna go to Doucette because we can't stay locked on Burkhalter there. It's one of the closest battles on the track at the moment. Although it's not really a battle because Doucette, he's not on the lead lap. Haldane and Burkhalter are. Meanwhile, up the front, Jaron Haslam, he's getting ready to put Rasmussen down a lap or another lap. Rasmussen did pit earlier. Pitted on lap 17. In fact, actually, him and Baltutis are the only two that have stopped. This may be getting ready to put him a lap down here. And there he goes. Drag race down to the chicane. Haslam gets easily by. And we're actually, the timer's showing 41 minutes, so this should be the final lap here. Haslam now making his way through the boot section. Coming down to one last left turn and one last right turn. Final turn for Jaron Haslam. Checkered flag is in the air. Jaron Haslam is your winner. Everybody else is coming across the finish line there. Haslam with a commanding lead over both the RUF cars and the, once he got past all the supercars, one of the few that he had to really pass was Dustin Burkhalter, and he was just off down the road. As they would say in Formula One, he put on a master class. Absolutely no competition. Good example of why he's being so dominant in the standings here. As they're making their way around the track here. Pull up for the class photo there. And we'll go ahead, and that's our finishing order right there. Jaron Haslam, your winner. Carlos Lopez second, Steve Kubey third, Lincoln Russell fourth. Bjorn Bench's a top 5 finish. Brad Haldane sixth. Dustin Burkhalter seventh overall. Daryl Karp eighth. Kent Kruger 9th, Troy Banks in 10th, Andrew Rasmussen 11th place, he was only 1 lap down. Doug Doucette also 1 lap down in 12th. Adam Baltutis 13th. Caleb John Lavender, even though they retired, he's 14th, and Paul Slavonic 15th. There's the field coming up for the class photo there. And we'd like to thank you for watching the race with us again tonight with the Supercars and RUFs here at the Glen. And please like and share our channel here, and also subscribe so you'll know the next time we go live. Congratulations again to Jaron Haslam on the victory tonight. Carlos Lopez second, Steve Kubey rounds out the podium. And for all of us here at Bryson Motorsports TV, we want to wish you all a pleasant evening.